13 minutes past 11 a.m. here on TRAXX Midday Buzz, and it's finally time for What Matters. Okay, so this is a platform for meaningful conversations on issues that shape our lives and our future. All right. And today we're discussing a topic that affects every Malaysian, the word economy. Yes, it affects all of us. The global landscape remains uncertain, from geopolitical tensions and trade disruptions to inflationary pressures and energy market volatility. You see, many countries are facing significant economic challenges. So, to help us unpack all of these, we're joined by Encik Mohameed Faisal Said Ibrahim, Secretary General of the Malaysian Association of Tax Accountants, MATA. Welcome to What Matters.
Thank you very much.
Oh, right.
Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullah. How was the trip? How was the journey here to TRAXXfm?
Okay, I think this morning a bit heavy rain. Early
Really?
morning, it was heavy rain.
Really?
I live in Puchong.
Oh, right.
So it's very heavy rain, and surprisingly there's a called thunderstorm or a thing lah.
Really? In Puchong?
Yeah.
Okay, it didn't happen in Ampang. I was from Ampang, so it wasn't raining or whatnot, but the traffic was insane.
Okay, yeah.
As
Traffic is always bad.
You're right. Okay, so joining us today, we have our producer, Abang Herman. Thank you so much. And also the lovely wife, Puan Shakila. Wow, it's beautiful. It's beautiful to have, your spouse to come and teman you for today. It's just so blissful. Okay.
She's always my main support.
Oh, wow. That should be another talk set, yeah? Supporting your spouse at work. Okay, alhamdulillah. All right. So let's go to the questions, yeah? Encik Faisal. So back to the economy. So Malaysia's economy has been described as resilient despite global uncertainties. So from your perspective, what does economic resilience actually mean, and how would you assess Malaysia's performance so far?
Okay, right. Okay. First, we must understand, as rightly pointed out, the question that you raised is that what is meant by economic resilience. When we say economic resilience, to people like men on the street and people like ordinary Malaysian, what they should know is that whether our economy able to withstand any shocks or absorb the shocks. Okay, and also adapt to the changing circumstances. I'll come to a bit more detail on this thing, and also continuing whether we are able to continue to grow despite all this uncertainty that we heard today, we're hearing and we heard. Okay, so the underlying is that basically resilience is the ability to protect jobs,
Yes.
sustain business activity. And as well as continuing growing despite that a lot of turmoil or any other matters that may be a bit challenging for our economy to continue to grow. Okay? So what we say that like as if like people are saying that if a storm occur, it's not about whether the storm occurred, whether we're able to pursue through, go through and then withstand all those things. So that's what it is. Okay, let's look at the Malaysian performance. Malaysian performance, as we have seen that because of the ongoing conflicts in the Middle East, as well as oil prices, volatility, and also very much earlier, sometime last year, and it's been going on, it's a tariff. Business uncertainty, trade uncertainty we call it. Tariff issue, the relationship between somewhere in other countries like China and US, for instance. Okay, they may have their own perspective of protecting their own protectionism, but we actually we trade globally to almost every other country. So as a result of that is that, so anything that, for instance, let's say the slowdown in China and all those things will actually basically will affect our ability to trade with them. But nevertheless, if you look at the reason sharing by Bank Negara Malaysia, it shows that initially they projected the growth in the first quarter 2026 to be around 4 to 5%.
Okay.
But we have achieved 5.4%.
Oh.
Okay, so that is basically is something we can say, okay lah, we are there, okay. But however, if you see the conflict in the Middle East and also oil price volatility, the ongoing tension of this conflict will definitely disrupt the supply of oil, basically energy lah.
Yes.
Oil. And because of this, what will happen? It will increase the transportation costs.
Yes.
And also the production costs.
Yeah.
Eventually, it also lead to maybe it may fuel inflation.
Yeah.
Okay, so however, if you look at our Malaysia, because Malaysia is basically a diversified nation economy, we have a diversified economy,
Okay.
and good things also we are net energy producer. Because we net energy producer, we have a degree of protection. We are okay lah. We are degree of protection compared to many oil importing countries.
Oh, it's because sorry, if I'm just going to understand this better, meaning that oil is not the one of the huge primary sources for our economy.
No, it is
It is?
primary source. It is primary, but we also export. We are
Okay.
exporting. We are also oil exporting country as well importing country. So we have somewhere there's a buffer because the
Okay.
prices goes up. For instance, prices goes up. The oil prices,
Yeah.
goes up. We as exporter in some way we have extra.
Yeah.
So-called
Okay.
layman term extra dollars.
Okay.
Okay. But at the same time, we are importing also. It's basically it's offset. Also, we're paying for higher price, right? So
Okay.
there's some offset.
Okay, I see. All right. So you see, as you mentioned just now, so the world continues to face geopolitical tensions, supply chain disruptions, and trade uncertainties, right? So, which of these external factors possess the greatest risk to Malaysia's growth trajectory?
Okay. Actually, if you look at it, it's a combination of both. The combination, okay, geopolitical tension and also trade uncertainty. As I mentioned to you that Malaysia is highly open to global trade.
Yeah.
Global trade, and we are trading. Let's say we can put it electronics, semiconductors, commodities, and in energy. So as we are trading in that, for example, let's say as I mentioned just now, okay, for example, like US and China, technology rival,
Yeah.
the chips.
Yeah.
So this actually affect our semiconductor industry.
Okay.
For instance, America said you can't sell to China, but China is a huge market.
Right.
So what are we going to support do, right? So,
Yeah.
but I think so far we are okay lah. Okay, and also that come back to Israel-Iran conflicts,
Yeah.
okay, which also influencing the oil prices. Yeah, and if the conflict keep on escalating, affecting shipping through the Strait of Hormuz, global prices continue to rise. Yeah? But we hope that because I think the latest development is seem that they come to a closure. Good thing is that the US as well as Iran, they want a closure. They're still in the talking terms, speaking and trying to find ways within their internal needs. Okay, as well as the global need as well. So they're trying to find a balance, but nevertheless they are trying to come to a closure. If we come closure, then we should be okay. I think.
I see.
And just imagine like because we are also importing raw materials. Because of this may increase the operating costs. Consumer eventually it flow down to the consumer. We may have to
Yes.
pay for higher prices.
It's true.
So this is one issue. Another thing is also like let's say China have a slowdown, economic slowdown in China. China also tried to recover sometime last year. I think they're also trying to find ways in terms of economics, improvement and so on. So this could also export our Malaysian export, okay, because we are actually benefiting greatly from globalization.
Right. So you see, I believe you mentioned just now, because what's running in my head is, there's so many challenges happening globally, economically, right? But as you mentioned, and we are still projected to record healthy economic growth. So what are the key, you mentioned this just now, but I just want to highlight again, what are the key strengths that have enabled Malaysia to remain resilient?
Okay, that's a good question actually. Okay. We are basically Malaysia's resilient. We can see I can see visible on the ground.
Okay.
Okay. Why I say it is that because we have a real investment. Okay, the real investment. We see the world is facing geopolitical conflicts, okay, and as well as trade tension and so on. Okay, but we have recorded some information that managed to get it is that recorded a record of 426.7 billion in terms of approved investment. That means investment still coming in. Unemployment remains at 2.9%.
Remains. It's not decreasing, but it remains.
Yeah, remains.
That's good.
Yeah. It's good to reduce, but at least it's not the people are losing job.
Yeah.
People the jobs are out there.
Yeah.
Okay. And also the global technology companies are investing in Malaysia. They're coming to Malaysia. Okay. Investing billions in data centers as well as the semiconductor manufacturers. All these are actually is a moving trend. It's a future direction how our economy, the needs of basically globally they need what they need is basically the chip, the semiconductor. All this are actually is a healthy trend lah. Okay? And these are actually the real investment that we see.
Okay.
Okay, so because of this, because of this diversified growth driver, the consumption, the services, manufacturing, and so on, the stable labor market, all are there, remain intact lah. Okay? Like I mentioned to you, unemployment is at 2.9% first quarter 2026. What does this tell is that it's actually support income and spending lah. Job is there, people will be able to spend. I think. And also the boom of AI is also creating opportunities for Malaysia.
Right. Okay. Talking
So
about
these are all productivity actually.
yeah.
Cost reduction, productivity.
Despite whatever it is that's happening.
Right,
All right. So, Encik Faisal, we're just going to take a quick break and we'll be back after this beautiful song.
Thanks.
27 minutes past 11 a.m. here on Tracks at Midday Buzz. And if you're just tuned in, we are in this segment called What Matters. And the topic is Malaysia's economic resilience. And our guest for today is Encik Faisal. All right, so let's move on to the questions, which I'm so intrigued to ask. So, as a tax expert, how important is a fair and efficient tax system in supporting economic growth and maintaining investors' confidence?
Okay, I would say investor want certainty.
Yes.
Okay.
Betul.
Lah.
I understand that.
Okay. So investor want certainty. I think our tax system is quite okay in terms of certainty. Okay. In the past, I think the last 1 or 2 years, we have been introducing a lot of tax measures, really to align it with the intention of government need additional revenue, tax collection revenue to drive growth, and also basically to make it more robust, the tax system more robust. Even in lembaga hasil or even custom have been more robust. Okay? And they have been working very hard. For instance, is that we see like custom, for example, okay, they managed to collect a huge amount of service tax, sales tax, or even enforcement. Yeah, enforcement collecting what's a wrongful or tax evasion within the custom jurisdiction lah.
Okay.
So that actually we are kept okay in that sense lah. So investor want certainty. What the investor want is that they want a fair and efficient tax system. When they say fair and efficient tax, most of the investor that in line of many of our tax expert experience, they don't mind paying tax, but they just want to pay a right amount of tax. At the same time, not so huge and burden, that they can continue to drive their own businesses.
Yes.
Okay. Eventually, it also flow down to the supply chain, multiplier effect to the economy. For the citizen, for rakyat, also fairness means the tax burden is shared properly. Okay. So that means when we don't want the large segment of M40 or the middle class income pay huge tax, but the higher income, those who are earning higher income bracket, they are paying lower tax. That also, I think, the last 2 years or so, the government has introduced additional 2% tax on top of 28%. The higher income taxpayers will be paying tax. So the top tax bracket now 30% from every $1 chargeable income they earn.
Chargeable income, yeah.
And of course, the efficient is that when you collect tax, you must spend in the needed in the what is needed in the society or the economy, or right down to the rakyat. Okay? For example, infrastructure.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Education.
Yes.
Healthcare.
Yeah.
Or even targeted assistance. So I think so far we are okay in terms of the tax system. We are quite okay. Of course, there's some room for improvement.
There's always.
But we are not bad either.
Yeah. There's always room for improvement in any ways. But it's good that we are on, I would say, on a but stable.
Yeah.
In some sort of a stable ground, though everywhere is shaking, but we're like stabilizing.
Right.
That's what I'm hearing. All right. So anywho, to listeners of TRAXXfm, if you just tuned in, this is a segment called What Matters, and the topic is Malaysia's economic resilience, and the guest for today is Encik Faisal. If you happen to go, we are on live on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok on TRAXXfm's official account. All right. So, okay, this is, I don't know if it's relatable to AI, but I think it's about growth when it comes to technology. Okay, so Malaysia is moving forward with e-invoicing and also tax digitalization. How do these initiatives contribute to economic resilience and better governance?
Okay, ideally, we look at e-invoicing. Okay, many countries, I go one step further. Many countries, tax authorities of many countries, now they are moving into digitalization because there is a study conducted by OECD or even a World Bank. Okay, so they actually, what they're saying is that the digitalization actually strengthen the tax administration. We can't go back what conventionally we have been doing, getting people to file the tax return, fill up forms, so have to be simplified to digitalize, so that we can improve the voluntary compliance. At the same time, the tax authorities should be able to keep track, monitor, and also and also they need to ensure that all those are being filed properly, and ensure that also they have a track of data, and where there needs the enforcement, they pursue the enforcement.
I like the fact that it is increasing efficiency. I think that explains everything. Increased efficiency when it comes to tax administration, because it's so easier that when you have soft copy record, it's so easy for you to trace and find the filing. Yeah, efficiency. Right. I completely agree.
Gone are days like we have many pages of tax form.
Yeah.
Now it's reduced to 1 or 2 pages. Especially those who are actually under employment income. They have filled up or complete the form in as much as lesser information, because all the information will be readily available by the tax authorities.
Right. Okay.
Okay, so when it comes to e-invoicing, okay, what is basically e-invoicing is actually a collection of data by tax authority via the digitalization system, where there's a transaction between buyer and seller. Buyer reports, report to whom they sold the product or services. At the same time, the other buyer or vendors also, they have their own set of reporting, and we have a self-billing. Okay, self-billing means you don't where this bill was not issued by the other party, that you are actually paying for that product or services. You have to issue the bill on behalf of them within the systems. So all this actually basically to help the tax authority particularly, and also the government, to reduce leakages. Okay, what do you mean by leakages? The leakages means is that, of course, there are segment of peoples that who are not paying tax the right amount, or it could be evading tax. We don't know, okay, sort of thing. So this basically, and also to improve compliance, make things easier. Because you have the data already in your hand. Okay?
So it's easier to audit.
Correct. And then strengthening the audit trails.
Oh, okay.
So the officer do not have to really, they're still there, but then the officer do not really have to focus too much of looking at information given by the taxpayer. But they also have their own set of information to correspond to make sure everything is in line with what is already reported, what is already reported in their tax return. That's one example. Okay? And also reduce the shadow economy. Because shadow economy basically contribute a large amount of tax uncollected by the revenue. Okay, that means they trade in either they trade by illegal manner, or maybe they trade without reporting. And if there's no trail, there's no effort to basically to catch them all, then the government may lose the revenue. So that's basically the idea. What you call this, the invoicing. So we are still okay because in terms of when it comes e-invoicing, while improving transparency, it also allow the businesses to compete with each other fairly, level playing field.
So talking about businesses, SMEs, right? Small and medium enterprises. So they're the backbone of Malaysia's economy. So what challenges are they currently facing, and what policies could help them remain competitive during this uncertain times?
Okay, I think SME, if they are contributing about 40% of GDP. Okay, quite a big amount. Okay, and they employ nearly half of the Malaysian workforce.
That's huge.
Okay. Of course, they need help. They are facing the challenges, particularly in current time. What I see is that, as mentioned, operating costs. The rising operating costs is rising. Labor shortages. Jobs are there. People are not coming. Okay, so I think the generation now is a bit changing the way they wanted to do work.
Work as well, yes.
Yes. And also it could be a financing constraint. Something like e-invoicing or digitalization, they need to go and pursue that, but it's become costly to them. It's a bit costly. So they need something like a support in order to reduce the cost. Okay? When it comes to even tax payment, for example, if there is somehow for some reason there's a delay in tax payment, a genuine case delay, penalty will be imposed for late payment. Give them a chance to get a reduction in penalties.
It's true. As long as you just follow the formula. I mean, what I've read, on social media and whatnot. So there's a lot of SMEs owners. What they mentioned is when it comes to filing tax, you just have to follow. That's it.
Right.
Yeah. And then if you don't want trouble, just follow the rules and just file in, and then and it'll go well. The problem with some people who keeps on giving bad reviews about tax, paying tax, is that they don't file. They don't file in, they don't declare.
Correct.
That possesses problem. That's how I see it.
Yeah, right. Okay, that one we can agree the penalty should be imposed, because penalty should be penalty is actually educating. You don't have penalty, people take time to file. Okay?
Yeah, you're right.
Penalty should be there. Those who actually reluctant to file, they call recalcitrant. So they purposely do not want to do the filing, can be imposed. But where there's a genuine cases, particularly in business, if they can have some reduction penalties, it actually help them managing the cost. Sometimes it also help them to speed up the payment, the settlement of the tax. So that's what I think the SME, when it comes facing all this cash constraint, there could be some sort of support.
I see. Okay, so we're kind of running out of time. There's so many things to talk about. All right, so we're going to go to the topic you mentioned just now about semiconductors and whatnot, right? So Malaysia has seen growing interest in sectors such as semiconductors, digital technology, and AI. So how significant are these industries in driving future economic growth?
Okay, these sectors are critical. Critical. We already have a strong semiconductor capabilities, AI data centers. We are there. Like as I mentioned, like investors are coming.
Yes.
Yeah, and this actually basically will create a new demand for chips, cloud, talent, and all other supporting services. And also the government is focusing very well with the highlighted AI. And also know that this is a key support for Malaysia's economic growth. So this is all quite significant. They have made some effort also that we have a hubs, value chain hubs in Penang and Kulim, even in Johor Bahru.
Right.
All these are there. So we benefited from the electronics revolution for the past 30 years. We already benefited, but it's also ongoing. Will benefit that. So these are basically the key driver. The opportunity is always there.
Okay, so the government, they introduced various fiscal reforms and subsidy rationalization measures. So how important are these reforms in ensuring long-term economic stability?
Okay, I frequently get this feedback.
Oh,
That
okay.
the government want to implement subsidy rationalization. Why they want to do that? Why they need to do that? Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
you
yeah.
have to pay more. Okay, the idea is that I'll take this opportunity because I believe most of the listeners are actually ordinary person like me lah. Okay?
Me too.
The objective of subsidy reform is not to spend less on Malaysian.
Okay.
It's not to spend less on the rakyat. Okay, it's basically what we call it spend smarter.
Okay.
Smart spending.
Smart spending.
Smart spending. Okay. Every ringgit they save from the subsidy rationalization or even fiscal reforms, okay, these are all evaluation of inefficient inefficient subsidies, okay, and imagine all this saving they can actually reinvested back to schools, hospitals, public transport, and many other social need. Even they can give a direct cash handout to those who really in need. Because subsidy sometimes is very broad. So many people enjoy it. Some may not even need to enjoy that subsidy.
Yeah.
So petrol subsidy, or
Yeah.
electrical subsidy. Some of the example that government has made certain certain realignment. So all this actually, this is what we need to know, that the targeted subsidy or any other subsidies, don't think about if government spending less on Malaysia. No, it is just that redirecting the proper channel, make things better. So that growth better, and we have a proper fiscal discipline,
Yeah.
as well as fiscal surplus.
Yeah, I mean, I do understand why most Malaysians, I mean, including me, felt disheartened when certain things the government implement and whatnot. But but we also need to understand why the need to do that. There's a huge reason behind it, and thankfully you managed to answer it.
Correct. Yeah. Okay. Like for example,
Yeah.
if you look at fiscal reform now, whether we need to do the fiscal reform in the light of current event, because of the petroleum shortage, oil prices going high, and so on and so forth. Okay. If you look at it, to me, if you ask me, maybe we don't really need a fiscal reform because you're already there. It's just that the supply chain be disrupted because of the flow of the oil. But what effort that the government has taken it? What they have done is that they actually ensure sufficient inventory Self-sufficient. How they do that is that the government and Petronas that aggressively manage to manage a local supply chain, keep a stable supply until end of July. So that's one they did it, and then the other one is also they diversified. Instead of going through the Strait of Hormuz, they're also looking at other routes. They go even they're buying from South Africa and US.
Yeah. So there's
There's the management there, and go back to subsidy rationalization. So all this subsidy rationalization now they're able to provide. Yesterday you heard about Budi Madani. So all this actually basically pump premium back that saving back to rakyat. So they enjoy and they also create a multiplier effect. See, those people were getting this targeted subsidy. Even Budi Madani pay for the petrol, pay for the diesel prices or any cash handout. Eventually they will sell. I always tell that they sell this. When they spend on this money that they receive, right up to the small traders, nasi lemak sellers. So the business is going on. Everybody gets the income within the society, within the chain of economy.
That's what matters. Everybody benefits out of it.
Right.
All right. So, okay. So let's move on to the final one. So I'm just going to say this. Are you optimistic about Malaysia's economic outlook? What's your final words from all of this? Do you have anything to say?
Okay, instead of me, I think we should cautiously optimistic. Because one thing you must know that we have a solid fundamentals. Our Ministry of Finance, or the government, have plenty of experience. We did that. We came through many storms actually.
Oh yes.
COVID storms. Financial crisis many times happened. A lot of crisis has happened.
And the war.
So eventually we able to withstand. What more of this thing? This fluctuation in oil prices happening now also happened some time ago when Russia and Ukraine was fighting as well. So this is something that I think they are quite okay. In terms of government, they are quite okay do that. And what they need to do is that from the perspective of government, continue to ensure fiscal discipline, investment, bring investment, quality investment, skill development, and food energy security. So all this I can see. I'm sure many of us have reading from the news report, and I think this is actually the focus of the government now. So they continue to improve and look into this. Business must digitalize.
Yes.
Digitalize and improve productivity. Because you improve productivity, then the cost of in order to eliminate the cost of living, we must give a real income. Wages must improve to every ordinary citizen, so they may be able to have a better quality life. So look at the productivity, what do you call it? Increase in the productivity, income productivity, so that we use all this to be more resilient.
Wow. Thank you so much for the final words, Encik Faisal. Thank you so much for being here to share all of your valuable insights. So Malaysia's economic journey continues to be shaped by sound policies, responsible fiscal management, invest in future industries, and the collective efforts of businesses and citizens alike. Okay, so I believe that to help make Malaysia better, it's not one-sided. It has to be both ways, both ways. The citizens and also the government, we have to work hand in hand and I would say understand each other, right? Yeah, that's one thing that I would take from you. All right, this is Mali and Encik Faisal, and also Puan Shakirin. Thank you so much for being here, being supportive of our speaker right here, and producer Encik Herman. Thank you so much. And if you missed out on this interview, you can just go to our Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok on TRAXXfm officials account. Mali here, and you've been listening to What Matters on TRAXXfm. Until next time, enjoy everybody.